Hi, I'm Doug Foster, and I'm with ETC Sports, and we are now meeting with Rusty Lloyd, and he is the head coach of the Engineers from Rose Hulman. Rusty, thank you for the time today, and you've had a pretty successful season with a 15-10 mark, a 12-6 record in the Heartland Conference. How about a little recap on how the season's gone so far?
I think we've had a pretty successful season overall. Anytime you can finish over 500, anytime you can finish with a winning record in the Heartland Conference, that's a really good year. We're playing our best basketball of the year. We've won 8 of our last 10 games going into the conference tournament. Unfortunately, got knocked off on Saturday in the final game of the year, which if we would have won, we would have actually won the conference. So, I think we're playing really well going to conference tournament play. Really excited about the opportunity.
Coach, tell us a little bit about, we met Dylan Reynolds, your senior point guard. Tell us a little bit more about some of the key contributors on your team.
Well, Dylan is certainly one of those key guys. Dylan leads us in scoring this year. But one thing about our program right now is we're extremely balanced. We have, I believe, 5 guys right now that are averaging somewhere between 9.5 and 12 points a game. So a very balanced scoring attack. 4 of those guys are seniors for us. So it's a very, experienced group, and this is a group that have won 2 conference championships in the past. They're freshman and sophomore years, so they bring some experience to the table, and that's why we're excited to go to the conference tournament.
Yeah, that's a key factor anytime you've got success and those 4-year players stick around for, they've learned how to win at an early age, and you can't put enough emphasis on learning how to win at a young age, especially at this level.
Absolutely, and I think, it's part of our program. I mean, these kids didn't play a ton as freshmen and sophomores, but they saw, we had a great player in Julian Strickland a few years ago who was a conference MVP a couple of times and an All-American his senior year, and they've learned from one of the best, and not only to how to do it on the court, but how to do it off the court.
Exactly. It always helps to have that leadership. Let's talk a little bit about your opponent for Thursday night's game, Manchester. You've split a couple of games with them this year, a couple of close games. What do you think you need to do at this point in a win or go home type format?
Well, I mean, you're always hoping your team can play well. I mean, that's the first and foremost is you want your team to go out there and play at the highest level that they're capable of. One of our hallmarks of our program is playing defense, so I think we're going to have a great defensive effort. Manchester does a great job of spreading out their scoring. They've got a freshman point guard who will, I believe, be conference freshman of the year, who averaged over 18 points a game, in Adrian Johnson, and that's a guy that actually Dylan Reynolds will probably match up with defensively, and it's a big key for our program to keep Adrian out of the lane, keep him from getting easy transition opportunities, and you sort of you cut the head off the snake, you get a better chance of winning, and I think that's what we'll try to do on Friday night.
Good deal, Coach. I do need to correct myself. The tournament game is this Friday at Defiance for everyone at 6 p.m. So you mentioned you've got a lot of seniors. Do you want to recognize the seniors on your team at this point?
Sure. I have 6 seniors, Dylan Reynolds being one of them. We also have Jimmy Miller from Indianapolis, Indiana. Tyler Duffy from Indianapolis, Indiana, Matt Losing from Ellsbury, Missouri. Those 3 guys are all starters, along with Dylan being the 4th senior starter. And then coming off the bench, we have Mitch Williams from Cloverdale, Indiana, and finally Brian Decker from Avon, Indiana.
Yeah, so a lot of inbred, born Hoosiers on the Rose Hulman team, and that's always a good thing. It's the high school basketball tradition here in our state is just top-notch. Well, Coach, we'd like to thank you for your time today, and would like to wish you the best of luck. And for more information about the tournament, you can go to the Heartland Conference website, which is heartlandconf.org. So once again, thank you very much, Coach, and good luck in the tournament.
Thank you guys very much. We appreciate ETC Sports doing this conference preview.
Thank you. We are joined by Dylan Reynolds, and he is the senior point guard for the Rose Hulman Engineers. Dylan, thanks for the time today, and tell us a little bit about how the season's gone for you.
It's gone pretty well. we're playing our best basketball going into tournament play, and that's really all you can hope for. Started off not as great as we would have liked, but we've really gotten the ball rolling downhill so far.
Good deal. Dylan, you're the point guard, so I think in a lot of coaching circles around the country, you're kind of the coach on the floor, so to speak. So tell us a little bit about what you do as far as the leadership role on the Engineers team.
Well, we have a lot of seniors on the team, so it helps when you can kind of distribute that leader role a little bit to the other guys on the team. But as far as being on the floor, just trying to make sure guys know where they are when we're running plays and getting the ball where it needs to be.
Would you consider yourself more of a distributor or a scoring point guard?
I'd like to consider myself a little of both, but if I had to, I'd probably say more of the scoring point guard.
Good deal. And as far as you're a senior this year, and of course Rose-Hulman is a very academic stronghold and balancing the academics and athletics. How has that gone for you over the last 4 years?
It's always tough. You get home late from games and stay up late doing homework. You're doing it on the bus, and anytime you can squeeze it in. But the coaching staff's pretty good about making sure academics come first, and we got some hardworking guys on the team, so it comes pretty natural.
Good. So where are you from, Dylan? Where's your hometown?
I'm from Brazil, Indiana.
Brazil, Indiana, and what high school did you attend?
Northview High School.
Northview High School. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Reynolds, point guard for the Rose-Hulman Engineers, who will be in action in the in the Heartland Conference tournament that's coming up here this week. And thanks for your time today, Dylan.
Thanks for having me.